What's happening, y'alls? Welcome to Decoding Secrets of Time. This is our first one of actually digging into some characters. I'm excited. This will be fun. Hopefully the audio's like blurred everybody out. Let me change that. There we go. That was like super loud.
Do either of us sound like a man this time?
Oh, he got the man voice. I don't know. I don't think so. Somebody's just got donut, so that's all.
Oh, I have my food too, so
It's all good.
I will be
No.
while she's talking.
Well, yeah, we are live. We're get ready to rock and roll. I'm going to change up this here audio. It's blaring in my head, and I can't hear you guys chatting with it as
I
loud
can't
as it
even
is.
really hear the audio.
I cranked it way down, but it's just in my headphones. It's like super loud. So I'm trying to turn it down a little bit so I can hear you guys. So, oh man, yeah, it's going to be fun. Get to go through all of your traumas, all your stuff, lay it all out there for everybody. No, we're not. So, for anybody that's jumping in here, we did a little introduction of this series. We're doing this on our off week between my game that I'm DMing for. I'm going to try and get everybody. We'd originally scheduled Ava here with Red and Apollo. Apollo had a lot of stuff come up this week with work and home life, so we had to put it off and put it off and put it off, and then it just wasn't going to work. So Belladonna gets to jump in and go first with Ava.
No,
It's going to be fun.
I'm so nervous.
So, what we're doing with these is we're going to go back through and kind of talk about what the Secrets of Time campaign is. If this keeps going and everybody's having fun, once this first campaign is over, the Secrets in Time are not going to be over. This is just the first of however many we want to play. I've got several other ideas, other worlds. Hey, somebody just hosted me. Oh, that was you.
It's me.
Yay.
It's me. Hello.
So, yeah, Secrets in Time is just that. This is going to be hopefully an ongoing thing. We'll see where it goes from here, but I know there's been several people ask not only me, but Red and a few others about who the characters are. Unfortunately, we weren't streaming the first, probably, 7 or 8 sessions that we played in this campaign. When we finally did, I think by the time we actually started streaming, Apollo was already dead. So
Oh yeah. I joined the session after that. I think I was here for like 3 sessions.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you jumped in right then, right before everybody left and went to Chult. That's right.
I
Man.
literally jumped in. We jumped on a boat, and I was just like, "Oh my god, my sentences."
Yep. So, what we're going to do as we get rolling into this, the idea was to kind of go through the characters' backstories up to, I think we'll just kind of talk about everything from your backstory up through when you guys landed in Chult. Because that's, I think, is the first one that I was able to salvage and snag before it got deleted. And that is the one that's up on YouTube. It was like session 3 or something like that. But that's the earliest one that I was able to salvage. So if anybody wants to go back and watch, they can. But hopefully these are going to get everybody a little understanding of who you guys are, what your characters are, what they're dealing with up to that point. Because there's been a whole lot more since. But they can watch. I don't want to spoil it all. It's been just a little. Come on. It's not that much. So, because the way this whole thing started, I'm going to kill this because I cannot hear. That way I can turn up my mic. The way this started was with the first group that met in Waterdeep. This campaign, it kicked off with a lot of it's running a mix of established stuff that I'm homebrewing, mixing a lot of things together, different campaign settings, different wizards, different not wizard stuff that I've just been pulling pieces from. I love Waterdeep, love that entire that whole story there. So I wanted to use a big chunk of that to get this thing rolling, and it worked, I think, beautifully to get what I wanted. So Belladonna here joined a little late. She came in a little late to the party. So, yeah, I mean, there was only one dead person. They had killed like a whole bunch of people. Yeah, she came in right in the middle of, okay, I don't know what's going on, but it was good. So, with that, we're going to start with Ava first, since she was there from the beginning. The campaign started with the characters all at level 3 is where I started them. So up to level 1 and 2, wasn't really there. Had them come up with their own backstory. Well, some of them. Some of them just gave me a blank slate and said run with it. And they're...
Some of them regret that.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Hey, you gave me a lot to work with too, so...
I know.
And it was great. It worked out perfect. So Ava, why don't we start with you? Why don't you introduce to everybody watching, or that will watch this eventually, who Ava is? What was your idea with coming up with the character? What you wanted to do? All that good stuff.
Well, hi, I'm Red. I play Ava, obviously. Honestly, Ava is my... Well, when I originally created Ava, okay, let's just get down to it. When I initially created Ava, I totally made her as, like, a one-shot character. Because when we first started playing, I didn't think that it was going to be as big of a deal as it was. Like, when we first started playing, I was like, okay, well, I didn't really have a character that I had a ton of backstory for, I just kind of had, like, a fun little idea for a fun character, and then, there we go. Then we started playing a lot more.
Uh-huh.
And I started actually like really getting into her, and ended up changing around a lot of things. So basically Ava now is a lot different from Ava at the beginning, for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
She's a lot more well-rounded. I think even in the first video that we actually have posted is, a little better. Because just how she's changed from like the first session to our most recent session is a lot.
Yep.
So I'll go over first session Ava for everyone, so you kind of know what we started out with. You won't be able to tell from the Cholt arc, but when I first started playing Ava, she had this complex where she wouldn't kill anything. Like,
Yep.
wouldn't hurt a soul.
Yep.
We had multiple fights where she refused to kill anything.
Yep.
And kind of got into trouble because of it. Like, she would only heal, and then she'd like heal bad guys to make sure they weren't dead.
Yep.
And then she'd get really upset when they died. And that was like how I started off Ava to be. Like, I wanted to be just like this chaotic good person that's just like good to the point of like, okay, please stop. Like, you're making it harder for us to win, And when the campaign started to get a little bit more intense than I had originally thought it was going to be,
Yep.
that kind of got flipped on its head. Like, do you want us to tell like what happened in the first stages?
I
Like,
mean,
do you want us to?
yeah, we can. So when we started doing this session and playing, I had been hosting or been DMing just for my son, for Tay, and my wife played, and my other daughter were playing, and some of her family come up and play a few times. And Cody came up, played Ringer with us for one or two, just wanted to come in and play, and brought Red here on a couple of those, I think. And we kept talking about doing it more often and started kind of settling in. And then they brought a couple of other friends with them. And before long, it was me and Tay and Jason. And then you and Cody and Maddie and the evil cat.
Evil cat.
And
Evil
it just
cat.
kind of started going from there. And yeah, I mean, you guys gave me some good stories, some backstory, some that you just said, here, give me, I don't even know where I'm from. So, all right. So I went through and found backstories and different things for you to kind of, what do you want to do? This is what I'm doing. Okay, here this fits, this doesn't. And started running with it. All I really got from you guys was Ava and Dieter ran into each other on the road and ended up here. I'm like, okay, that's all I really had.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, Ava was very think of Jester, but just the opposite. Like, doesn't want to kill anybody, wants to keep everybody alive, and it's funny. It was, yeah, there was a few times where we're looking at her for help, and she's like, I don't want to do anything. So it was fun. So yeah, we ended up starting in the bar, is where all you guys met. So yeah, run with whatever you want. It's your character. Let them know what was in your head when this started.
Yeah, so gosh, I think probably first off, oh man, it's so hard to just like go back to the beginning. So from the very beginning, Ava was this little small elf looking. I introduced her as a wood elf looking
Mm-hmm.
person, but a lot paler,
Yep.
really bad haircut. Um,
Yep.
like super choppy,
Yep.
dirty, kind of just like a gremlin child, traveling with this very handsome half orc
Do you want to know?
wizard.
Do you want to know what I wrote down? What you told me?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
5'5" elf with short, choppy hair, white tattoos, a shield and spear with crystals. That's exactly what you told me.
Yes,
So I wrote it down right here in the book.
and um, through a lot of designs, the spear and the shield have actually been dropped,
Yep.
mostly for the sake of she's not strong enough to wield a shield because of her
Truth.
yeah, but basically we homebrewed our own thing for Averial elves, which is what she is.
Yep.
Basically, my idea was that they were like elves, similarly high dexterity, not high strength, hollow bones. So they were
Mm-hmm.
super dexterous, not strong at all. So we just kind of ran with that. And when switching it, she was not proficient in shields. I was like,
Yep.
oof.
Yep.
So I had to switch that design around. She does have her spear still, but she never uses it in combat. She's always far away.
Ever.
So she always is just holding it. I don't know, it's more of a cane now.
Yep.
Yeah, so she always, since the beginning, she's always had her blue cape. That's kind of something that she's always had until recently. Recently, she does not have her cape anymore,
Yep.
which is
Yeah.
fun. Spoilers.
That was a fun. When she
That
first
was so
started,
fun.
she told everybody she was just a wood elf looking character. Even the other people at the table didn't quite know. The other characters had no idea what she was actually until much later. As things started happening, people started noticing things, and things happened.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So brief synopsis of what you guys have missed with Ava. Um, Throughout the whole story, everyone kind of has figured this out. Basically, Ava is not a wood elf. She's an Averial elf, a type of elf with large bird wings. She initially had big white and gold-ish, like brown speckled wings. Kind of think like barn owlish, but a little bit more white. Her and her family were just traveling healers, whole family of clerics. So that's how she started off at level 3. She knew her base stuff. She knew she was a light domain, so we already had that picked out. Like her whole family was light domain clerics, and she just was there, and everyone was like, "Where are you from?" Because right off the bat, when we got to Waterdeep, there were people that knew who she was. Like, we ran into a medical person who knew right off the bat what she was and gave her a feather. And that was unnerving for her a lot. 'Cause she's like, her whole life she's been told, don't ever let anyone know what you are. And basically, what everyone has found out at this point is Ava was traveling with her family before she met the group, and somehow, some reason, they were hunted down by a group of slavers, I guess I would describe them as. I don't actually know what they are yet. That's still up in the air.
I know what they are, but
We'll
we'll
who
see.
they are.
We'll see.
I kind of know who maybe they were working for. Freaking castle renters who we killed.
Yep.
But basically kidnapped her entire family. She has the very noticeable scar across her nose from that encounter. She first discovered the fact that she can actually do necrotic damage as well as healing when she completely obliterated a guy who was trying to drag her away from her family.
Yep.
And as a retaliation, they tried to kill her. She got away, but they took her wings off, basically. Originally, this is funny, and I always tell this to people because I'm like, I swear I don't make edgy backstories usually for my characters. Like, I needed the wings to be cut off because I didn't want to just throw a new DM with flight speed.
Yep.
I was like, I really want a winged character, but I don't want to deal with flight speed, so wings are gone.
That was part of the agreement that when you approached and said, "Hey, this is what I want to do," I said, "That's fine," but at level 3, I didn't want to have flying characters for anybody yet. I have no problem with flying characters. It just makes me have to plan my encounters differently. That's all. I mean, but at level 3, when you got especially new characters, new group, trying to figure out who everybody is, it's one thing I didn't want. So that was kind of the agreement we all made. But as soon as you guys leveled up enough and I started throwing a lot of flying creatures at you, I had already planned some things. I had been working with, I think with Dieter, that we were, he had actually hit me up about a couple of things and said, "Hey, what do you think about this or this or this?" And I remember sending him a message back saying, "Don't worry, I got it. I got you."
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
He was, he was like, "Well, what can we do with this and this and this?" And so maybe she can fly again. I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I got you."
Way ahead of you.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Jason and I laugh at work because I'm constantly, stuff's going on every stinking day. I got things and I'll grab my phone, hurry and type up something so I don't forget it. I got stuff going all the time. So, yeah.
That's how I always figure out my drawing tablet. It's always
your character has been fun to see.
Ava has been a lot of fun.
Yep.
So far, with the status of her family, I'm trying to think of what is the important stuff to tell people. Her family is dead for all intents and purposes. Found the sister within the first couple sessions, which was interesting. I was not expecting that. I was thinking, we wouldn't touch her backstory for a long time. turns out her sister was used in like a sacrifice or something. I don't know. To open a portal into, was it the Nine Hells? I know it's like
So you guys, I don't think you guys have quite figured out exactly where that portal goes to.
it's basically a portal to hell,
It's
and
yeah, yeah.
it's
You will
awful.
all you again. Thank you for giving me a random, very limited backstory to say, hey, this is what happened. My wings were cut off. I'm hiding for something, and I don't know where my family is. I'm like, okay. So I've been working family and different things and tied in a lot with
I'm
exactly
I'm
where I wanted to
so
run this with. So it's
yeah.
been fun.
So her family consists of, for viewers, her family consists of her. Okay, oldest would be her father,
Hmm.
then her mother, who are both the Varial Elves, um, both clerics, both light clerics. Then it was her, and then her sister, Kara, and then her little brother.
Hmm.
Um,
So far, we've only hit two of them.
so far, we've only found two. We
Mom
found
and brother are
Kara,
still missing.
mom and brother, so missing. Kara is currently still, even like today, where we're at, we're trying to rescue her. She is chained, like her spirit or something is chained to this portal in the Castle Lantern's basement back in Waterdeep. She's keeping the portal closed and keeping all the demons coming out. So we've been on this crazy adventure to find all these little cubes, gate cubes, to
Hmm.
hopefully close it. Um, and that at that point is kind of when there was a shift in Ava's character where she went a little bit more murder feral, I would say. She kind of just went on like this, well, this
Yeah.
whole not killing people thing isn't working. So she went the exact opposite and ended up trying to kill everything she came in contact with because she just wanted to get these things and get home.
Yep.
And I think where the campaign that we have recorded starts off kind of touches on her being a little bit murder-ish.
Yeah, that was kind of when things started to change a little bit in her after the trauma that I
Mm-hmm.
exposed her to, after her realizing that she has to hurry. Her sister is basically being asked to hold back the gates of whatever the hell, whatever that she's holding back. So, kind of the way the story went, I used, like I said, water deep, all that good stuff with um, the Castellanters, all of the gangs, the everything else from the existing wizards stuff, but changed it. It worked pretty good because I could use a lot of it. Changed the Castellanters up just a little bit to where they were still the main bad guys of that first arc and have ties to most of the characters, direct ties to at least two or three of them. Um, and after going through everything they did, trying to figure out what was going on, it led them to the Castellanter's house where they snuck in, went downstairs, and found the Castellanters right in the middle of a how the hell would you put it? Just a ceremony to open this gate. And
Meeting.
as they got in there, the gate started to open. They watched three or four of these things come flying out of their wicked, evil presence before they started attacking.
Oh shit! I forgot those are
Oh
still on the
yes,
loose. It's been so long. We haven't found any of
there
those.
was dude. There was all sorts of stuff coming out of there. So they
Oh
finally
no.
fought, but Ava's sister was kind of key to the plans that the Castellanters had, using her. And as I kept dropping this on them, you kind of got the feeling that maybe the reason that Ava was attacked, the whole family was attacked, because they were after her wings, her whatever she is, for some reason. So the sister was actually used as a sacrifice to open this portal. And with the help of their friend, the was it Never Ember Raynar?
Oh yeah, it was Raynar.
Raynar that tackled
Jumped in.
the beast that was coming out, went in, tumbled in, and his sacrifice is what charged your sister and was able to help her turn
Wait a
into
second.
whatever she did.
Wait a second. He jumped into the portal, but now he's back?
Maybe.
Wait, because that he was the one who supposedly opened. Holy shit! I didn't even put that together until right now. How did he get out?
I don't even know any of this until right now. I am learning things.
Wait, because he's the one who opened the portal to let Mert into to find
Could
his
be.
dad, right?
Could be him or his father. Mert wasn't real specific. He just said the Never
Lord
Embers.
Never-
But his son was the one that dove in, and Raynar's the one that was with you. The dad had been missing. He was gone
Yeah,
when
the
you
dad
guys
had been
got there.
missing.
So
And everyone
Mertz,
was like, find him, he's a brat, he took money, and then we found the treasure hold.
yep,
And
and
then
he
he
helped you
was gone,
guys out.
but-
He hooked you guys up. He helped you guys, and then when you guys left, he was already gone because he had gone into the portal.
Yeah, he jumped into the portal.
Mhm.
He came. How did he get out? Oh no! Oh no! There's a lot of things that I wasn't putting together until right now.
A lot of things I still don't know, man.
Oh yeah,
Right, bro.
yeah.
All right.
So
Well, anyway.
yeah, your sister was kind of key to the whole thing that they were trying to do. Even
I
after
was so close to saving her.
they
Like,
broke in and tried to get that and took off again, and even your father was used as part of another thing that somebody is after. But they can
Yeah.
watch that later if they want.
Oh yeah, that one is live. So we found my
Yep.
dad. You guys can watch that whole arc and find out what happened to him. But yeah, Mom. I've talked to Mom once. I sent her a message and she said, "See you soon." And it's been 8 years, so I'm assuming I'm probably not seeing her soon.
There's
Uh,
you gotta watch the Dark Tower one the to figure
The
out
Dark Tower's
why she's saying
hilarious.
8 years. Sorry.
Why did we let Jason roll?
Yeah. Why did we let him roll? For real, it could have been like 1
something
year.
I'll give a little bit of a spoiler if anybody's watching that one. I had Jason roll, and it all depended on his roll and on the famous pillars that Belladonna keeps asking about.
Will
The
you
first-
tell
the
me
first-
what the
the-
one
well,
does?
I don't. No, not right now. All I'll tell you is it's definitely. So remember, well, this is another discussion we can have later. But that tower, what was it all about?
Time.
Yes. So the first pillar, when I had him roll the D100, the first pillar would have been days or months. The second pillar now activated years. Had the third pillar maybe activated, you're looking decades maybe.
Oh, now I'm super glad I had you guys put the skull on the clock.
So I'm like, that entire room was designed to keep you guys trapped in there and
Oh.
not let you out.
No.
It was the whole thing that was all about. So
I should have suggested to put the skull in the clock earlier when I thought we should have.
yeah, everybody's like, I hate puzzles. I'm like, cool. Well, you may be in here for an eternity trying to figure it
I
out.
love puzzles, but I wasn't down there, so I was not able to help.
So,
That's actually want to watch that. I was no help. I legitimately was like,
stood in the corner.
I hate puzzles.
Yep. Yeah, that was it.
Emma
She kept
doesn't
saying,
do
I don't care. I hate puzzles.
I hate puzzles.
Oh,
Ava's
good
just like,
times. So, what else
Yeah.
about Ava that you want them to know up to getting to Chult? What else did she, other than beating herself up after Apollo died?
Yeah, after not being able to
Oh.
save her sister and being super close and then just messing that up, she kind of goes on a murderous rampage a little bit.
Yep.
Instead of there's a really big switch right after that episode that we never got because literally the session after we go after Lady Castle Lantern. And I went in full nuclear, like right off the bat, casting big spells. We fought was it a undead something? It was a king or whatever. I don't know.
Which one?
The big guy. Because there was Lady Castle Lantern, but then she had an undead something. Was it an undead lich? No. But who the fuck a lich?
Not a list.
So yeah,
No.
that's yeah. Upstairs, what kicked in the magic that has killed one and permanently scarred another one of your team members. Yeah, that thing was. He's a wicked dude.
Yeah, whatever it was, I went full nuclear on both of them. Which was kind of the first time Ava ever straight up murdered somebody. It was funny because that was the first session we had Anthony too in Tendo.
Yep.
And we went ahead because we got to that town that we thought.
Yep, you went to Amphel.
Went to Amphel and found that cathedral.
Yep.
And people were in it doing shady shit. And right off the bat, he's like, okay, what's the plan? New member of the party. And Ava's just like, we're walking right in. And
Yep.
Straight up, just.
Yeah, you and Tendo went ahead on his mount. And the rest of the party was way behind you, and you're like, yeah, let's go in.
Yeah, I was not waiting.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I think we ended up killing all the guards out front too.
Yep, you did. Yeah.
There was a very stark contrast between.
We followed the track of blood that went into the cathedral. There's the 3 guards that were patrolling outside, and inside, when the doors opened, you saw there was a cloaked person in there, wasn't moving at all.
Oh yeah, I killed them too.
Then the thief that had broken into the Castellanter's home, and the one that you were tracking that went out the window, that you guys were tracking, was standing inside there talking with somebody back at the foot of the stairwell. And when they heard you come in, they looked, and that person stabbed her in the throat. So the thief got stabbed in the throat and fell down to the ground, and then that other person, who was probably Lady Castellanter, went up the stairs. And when you went in, do you remember what it was that kicked off that guy that was like a statue almost standing there? When you guys messed with him, it released that spirit that was in there.
Oh yeah, I cut him
upstairs.
open. I slashed. I thought it was a person, and I slashed it open with my scythe.
Yes, you did.
My spiritual weapon, and I woke that up. That was me.
Yeah. So you want to know what that dude was? So I'm kind of going through my notes from that session because it's funny. So Lady Castellanter, she's the one that was there casting a ritual with somebody at the time that you now know, well, maybe not, was the Master of Souls was that person. So they started doing whatever they were doing. They saw you. She casted invisibility and tried to get to the exit. Then the guy summoned the imps, and you guys started fighting him. And
I forgot about the imps.
Every attack was like doing massive damage back to you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You had the little worm that was thrown onto your neck out front.
Yeah, I had the little like gross thing that left scars on my neck.
Yep.
Disgusting.
So even after taking the damage, you weren't able to reverse it. Kilvar's still got the half a face and an arm that's dead, but he's now been badass after that, so it's cool. Yeah.
Ava technically still has scars from that too. You never see it in her armor. But...
Yep, just that one on her neck is still not gone away.
It's still like a big black mark. And then Kilvar's half necrotic. We don't really know what. And then we don't know what happened to Apollo.
So Apollo, he went full attack. Dieter went up the stairs to try to go to the tower to go after Castellanter.
Oh, that's right.
So he was upstairs, up at the tower, and when she went nuclear downstairs after you had killed the Master of Souls, the necrotic energy was still going. You tried to heal it, and it wouldn't stop it. You were able to finally get it to stop, but Kilvar rolled a natural 1 on his first save. So there's 2. Okay, you got 1 more, and he rolls an 8. I was like, dude, you're dead. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, no, you're dead. He's like, his look on his face was like, oh.
Yeah, that was our first death, and we were all like, what just happened?
Yep. Then they went downstairs. Dieter thunderstepped off down to the front, chased her inside the front when she went nuclear inside, and he killed her, recovered the cube off of her. That's what he keeps
No, he
telling
freaking
everybody.
burned her body.
Yeah,
I
he
was like,
keeps telling everybody that he killed her. It's awesome.
Yeah, she killed herself, and he's like, I killed her.
Yep. So that session, man, when you guys left, everybody, even after when we were putting everything away, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh."
That was a
I
somber
mean, it
episode.
worked out perfect because Jason had shifts that were different, so he was gone for a long time. So he was able to take a few weeks to kind of go through what he wanted to do with his character. He and I chatted quite a bit. You did cast. What'd you cast on him?
Gentle Repose.
That's right. So I told him, I said, okay, so technically she cast it in time, so you had 10 days. However, what just killed you and has done that to Kilvar, there's no coming back from. It's going to have major consequences either way. So he was good with it. So his character's about to get even better. It's cool.
Man, I want to know what that thing is so bad.
I want to know so bad.
So yeah, that worked out. But yeah, right after that, I think is when you guys went back, got some more information, left him with the green lady, and you guys took off to Cholt after you talked to the crazy guy in the prison cell that was scribbling all over the walls. So yeah, Mert hooked you up with a boat, and you guys took off, and you had a very uneventful voyage down to Cholt.
So uneventful.
Okay,
Nothing.
I've had the question that I needed to answer for a long time. I've had like 3 people ask me that have been watching. I need to explain the necklace.
Okay.
No one knows where it's from.
Okay.
Okay,
So
here's the thing.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to talk about it?
I'll give my point of view, and then you can fix it.
Do it.
So basically, we're trying to find Lord Neverember's. Why are we trying to find it? We were trying to find where he kept all his treasure.
Yeah. So you had the little stone that was given to you guys. The guy was trying to deliver it to you when the explosion went off outside your new Troll Skull Manor. Okay. So you were trying to figure that out. Talked to him. Got wind that there was something that had some secrets that he was stashing away, trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So you traced it to this vault.
That's right. So we found this vault, and basically it was like this riddle where we had to have. I remember we had to have a hand of a drow. I don't remember what the clue was. We had a drow hand, and then we had a beholder eye stock, which I had gotten from like one of the very first episodes.
That was like the first one. You guys went into the sewers, and the gazer attacked you guys.
Yeah,
and froze Apollo at the top of the.
Froze Apollo. I used my lesser restoration, and then everyone died, and I was like.
Yep. You cut off an eye stalk. She's like, I'm going to cut off an eye stalk. I'm like, cool. And I distinctly remember I had to remind you about that as you guys were trying to figure this out. I'm like, now, do you remember going into those and you had this and you're like, holy shit, look it up. I do. Like, yeah, you're welcome.
And then the third one was light, I think. It was like daylight.
Yep.
So I had to cast the spell daylight to get in. And we got in, blah, blah. It was a bunch of puzzles. I fell.
Yep.
Took damage, bludgeoning damage. Basically, we ended up in this dragon horde. It was like this vault of all sorts of shiny stuff, and just this. I think we just saw the dragon first. It was this giant gold dragon, and we were like.
He came out. He wasn't a dragon when he first got. You guys walked in.
Oh, that's right. I didn't know he was a dragon.
The little dwarf came out and was talking to you.
Yeah, he was a dwarf, and I had no clue, and I couldn't figure out why Cody was dying. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Don't piss him off," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Turns out the guy was a giant. Was he an adult or an ancient?
Ancient golden dragon.
Ancient golden dragon, and we told him what was going on, what had happened to Lord Neverember, what we were trying to do, and he got really mad, and he was like, how dare they ruin the city? And he's like, here, I'll give you guys some shit to help you along.
Yep.
So I got what he gave to Ava was this necklace of prayer beads. And when I looked it up, I read it wrong. I read it completely wrong. So I thought that you could only use the spells on the necklace once and then the bead broke. So I was saving it for a special occasion. So
Yep.
I think maybe 6, 7, 8 episodes later,
Oh,
I'm
at least.
looking over it. I'm looking over the spells and I'm like, I have 6 level spells I could have been casting this entire time.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's where the necklace came from. That's why I have it.
That was
I know.
session 4 that you got that.
Session 4, and
Yes.
I think we streamed it. I think we streamed when I realized.
Yeah,
so that's just,
we were
that's
in
just
Cholt.
embarrassing.
You guys were getting ready to head to the thing, and you're like, "Wait a second."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Yeah,
I
I
had
gave it to you forever
that
ago."
entire time. Like
I
we were
gave you
stuck in the
guys-
middle of the ocean,
I
and
gave you guys 2 game-breaking artifacts, and only one of them has been using it up until you figured
real.
that.
I can't believe you sat on that for so
Yep.
long. I can't believe you just let me get away with that.
I gave it to you. That's what I
Ugh.
told you. I'm like, dude, if you're not going to look at this stuff I give you, then that's on you.
I looked at it and I was like, this is so cool. And then I was like, there's no way he'd give me something this powerful. And my brain was just like, one use. And then, but now I use it all the time. Now I use
Yeah,
my stuff.
there was
all the
a.
time.
I
So
have a list of stuff that you guys could have gotten out of that vault, and I'm like, dude, he's offering you guys whatever you want, and everybody just kind of stood there in the door, like,
I was so new.
I'm
I
like,
didn't even know
I'm
what
like-
to even ask for. What else did I get? I got something else.
so you got the amulet of proof against detection location.
Yes, I did
So you
get
got
that.
that one.
I have that.
Dieter got the amulet of planes. There was 3 arrows that somebody got of demon slaying. Who knows where those went?
Share those with me, please.
You got
Wait,
the,
which one?
the demon slaying arrows. There was 3 of them.
Those went to
Apollo take them.
yeah, Apollo had them.
So who knows? Probably gone now.
Yeah,
And then
those things got obliterated.
you also got the immovable rod.
Wait, no, I still have those arrows. They're in my inventory.
See
I
what
still
I'm
have
talking
them.
about?
I have them.
She
Oh
has
my
shit
god,
that she
I
doesn't
have
even-
them. Because Apollo
that's
legitimately
great.
said, I don't want to carry those. We'll have to save them. Put them in the bag. And I said, okay. And I put them in the bag. So they're in my bag somewhere.
Yep. And then you got the immovable rod, which you've used a couple times.
Love the movable rod. It's my favorite thing.
That thing's awesome.
My note stick. Love it.
And the necklace of prayer beads. And let's see, Dieter walked out of there early on with the grimoire. Come to find out, you can watch and get all that backstory. We'll hit it when it's his turn.
Oh, yeah. The
Max
grimoire.
Max walked out of there with the defender, that badass sword.
Yeah, freaking Max. I hate that character.
Yeah, he walked out of there with that. And let's see.
Was Maddie there that session? I don't think she was. I
No,
think it was Corey. Was Corey there?
that was she
Or
was
maybe
there
it was
the
just
one after. It was just you guys.
Listen, West,
No,
you can
she
have
was
the
there.
bag of holding. I could have sworn Corey was there.
She was. Yep,
Because
she
I
was
remember
there.
being super jealous because she was like super close to Dieter, and I was like, no.
Yep. Yeah, man, you guys got all sorts of good stuff in there, and then Kilvar was handed the axes, the wicked dual-handed axes.
Yes, Silvar has the axes.
Yeah, he's now forged them into one, so he has a single. That's what he spent some
Cool.
time forging that thing into a single when he changed, when he and Dieter broke each other when they were bouncing around.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Jeez.
So when he came back, that's when his body and his soul and stuff started coming apart. So there was a lot.
There is a lot. There's a lot that we haven't covered that
Oh man,
people
there's
don't know
tons.
about.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of the backstory for years. She was super naive, just this innocent, nice, wanted to be kind of secretive and didn't want anybody to know who she was, but didn't want to hurt anybody. And then I did what I do and throw trauma on top of everybody. And now she's a murder hobo and wants to kill everybody.
Now she kills people.
So yeah, it's been a fun, man. It's been a fun change.
It has been
It's been a
fun.
fun character to work into the story and mold stuff around with what you guys do. So that's why I keep telling everybody, I'm like, you guys make decisions, and then, man, I'm constantly, you guys are doing stuff, I'm writing stuff down, I'm like, oh, that'll work perfect. Oh, okay, this is going to be good. Okay, this will be good. Because, I'll mold the story around you. It's not me versus you. I remember
Fear.
when Tendo first joined, when he was talking to Tay about joining, just wanted to come play, he sent me a text, was like, hey, so what's your take on DMing? Is it you versus us, or I'm like, no, dude, it's not me versus you. This is collaborative. I'm just throwing you guys into a world. You guys are making choices, and there's consequences to some of them. But it's not me versus you. I'm just helping do a story. It's been funner than hell for me to do it, too. So it's been fun. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it.
It has been a ton of fun, and a lot of good content has come out of it too, which is always a good thing.
Yes. So, yeah, you were super quiet. Your family was kind of the main. Your sister and you were kind of the main chunk of that entire first arc in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Unbeknownst
yeah,
to
that
you.
was.
Yeah.
It was quite a time for me. I wasn't quite expecting just like right off the bat go right into her backstory, and I was like, oh,
Yep.
okay,
Yeah,
guess this is
it
what we're
worked
doing
out
now.
perfect for what I wanted to do and where I wanted to kind of take the first couple of chunks. And I was able to get a few things in for some of the other characters that now you guys are finally seeing what those were and why those were thrown in way early on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's been fun. So, yeah, up through that, your sister was chained to this portal. You guys had taken off. You recovered one, which was kind of the master key that the thief had stolen out of the Neverember's house. You guys took off with that, recovered the first cube that it led you to is in Chult. So when you guys went that way, that was why you went to Chult. You guys can, anybody that wants to watch, you can pick it up from probably session 3 on the recordings. If I was anybody getting ready to watch this thing, I've put all of the highlights. I was able to, because I made a bunch of highlights of all of the individual things I did for you, each character, while you guys were either arriving in Chult, after you were on the boat, and the Oblex, the ancient half-dead Oblex that touched you guys, trying to feed off of you, flashed you guys each with. So if you know what Oblex is, that thing, it feeds off of memories, emotion. So when that thing touched you, that's what was triggering those emotions and those memories that you guys all had. So I went back and made snippets of each one of those, and luckily those didn't get deleted off of Twitch, so I was able to snag those. So if anybody's going to watch, I would say go watch all of those little snippets so you kind of get what just happened to these characters before you start watching at session 3. So those are on there. I was able to snag those, luckily. Yeah. They're all in the highlights, so you can go back and watch each individual. Yeah, I kicked everybody individually off the table. You go upstairs. Okay, I need you. You go upstairs. Now it's your turn. You go upstairs. And that was when Jason came back. So his was a really long, it's like 11, 12 minutes of just me and him chatting before I called you guys back down to the table. And you guys roll in there. You guys roll in there, and he's standing on the dock.
I remember that. That was so fun. We all freaked out. We were all like,
How did
You
we get
all
here?
freaked out, but Belladonna's just like, oh, this is Apollo.
Like, oh, who's that guy?
Hi.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. So if anybody's going to watch, go watch all those first. Then you can jump in at 3 and run through the rest of them. The quality is better now. The first few were good at the table. We had it set up, but COVID kind of threw us all for a loop. So me trying to figure out how to put it together, used a few different things. We used Roll20 a few times, which works pretty good. Just doesn't do. It's not the same. Not the same as sitting around a table. Not the same as actually physically doing it. So I'm glad. I just barely got my vaccine. Got the first one, so 20
I got
days.
mine
I think like
too.
18 days from now I can go back, or 19 days from now I can go get my second one. So my wife got hers too. So we're slowly starting to turn that corner. So table should be our go-to from now on, unless, like I said, if people are missing or gone, we may still throw them in, have them just jump in on Vorpal or something with their tablet. I'll just set it at the table if somebody's gone and wants to play. I'm cool with that. But yeah, so that's kind of Ava. Big story. A lot of trauma.
Yeah.
So now,
She's interesting.
Now,
I got hit up. How long ago was this? I think I came up. Didn't I come up and I met you at Cody's? I came up and
I think it
jumped
was
in on a session there.
It was a little bit before I had blue hair, so it was in
Yes.
July, I believe.
Yep.
And it was the first time I'd ever met any of you besides Grace
That's right.
and Cody. And so you came to join our game
Yep.
for a little bit, and then they brought up me joining yours, and you're like, sure. And I was just like, I love D&D. I love D&D so much. I would love to play. And then I like showed up, and I was like, I don't know any of these people. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah, that was, and I'd been talking to Cody because there was some falling out and some changes and things with, and that was about the same time that Tyndall was looking to jump in because, I mean, it was me and Tay and Jason, and then Cody and Red, and everybody else was kind of either missing, some didn't show up, some were having issues, so, and then kind of rolled out. But yeah, I came up because I wanted to finally play. I've been DMing forever, haven't had a chance to actually sit and play. So if anybody watches, man, the RP in this thing is off the charts. You'll go watch the last 2 episodes are like 99% RP. So
Yeah.
We
got a
like
little.
some RP.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're into RP, go watch. So got really good RP at the table. I'm not the best at it. I do the best I can. I'm not a good voice guy, so I don't even try. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll sound stupid if I try to do this voice, so I'm not doing it. So sorry. All my NPCs sound like me. So it's fine. But yeah, we got Cody was saying, yeah, man, she's a great player. Well, you could use another body if you want. And I was like, I don't care who wants to come play. I just wanted to keep playing and keep the sessions going and keep the campaign going. So, yeah, you jumped in, right as...
The session after Apollo died.
Yep. Yeah, so that worked out perfect. Because I remember you and I, after got introduced, say, hey, this is who she is. She loves to play. I'm like, cool. We started chatting about backstories, and you sent me like 3 or 4 different options for characters.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, I'd like to play Belladonna. And I said, okay, what is she? Well, she's a monk of the Long Death. And I'm like, that's exactly what the other guy that's not here now. I'm like, that would be perfect. Do it. So with the story, and you had a very long, detailed backstory.
Sorry.
No, dude, and I read through it, and as I'm reading through this, knowing what I had already put this group through and where I was going to take them for the next few sessions, I remember I texted back to him like, dude, this is perfect. I can absolutely work with this. No problem. So your character, you can start if you want. I'll let you talk about your character, and then we'll talk about how we got you to where we're at.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So there's not a whole lot in general the group knows about her yet because she is the newest member of the party. She's still the most recent, and she's pretty quiet and reserved. Uh, she's pretty serious, but there is a little bit of a naivete about her. That is, it's for a reason that they just don't know yet. But
Yep.
I'm trying to think about, because I don't know if anyone of my teammates are watching. I don't want to spoil things for them.
You tell them whatever you would like to. That.
Yeah. So she's pretty unique. She
To
is
say the
a
least.
tiefling. Yeah, tiefling with like super pale, like ghost white skin, deep bright red hair. She's got scar marks on her face, big feline, like cat-like bright green eyes, little fangs, a forked tongue. She's very strange. She stands out a lot. A lot.
Yep. A lot.
And we love her.
Yep.
Oh. Yes, no. And she has infernal carvings on a different one on each of her horns that she did herself, and also tattoos on the back of each of her hands. And oddly enough, no one in the group in game has asked about it yet, and so she's not going to bring it up. So she's not going to bring up what they mean. But there's been a couple of NPCs who have seemed to like understand or like be able to read infernal and recognized, and like kind of gave her the knowing look, and she's just like, "Hey, don't rat me out."
Yep. There's been a few that, as they see her, kind of double take and
Me and
go a
Tendo
little bit
are
the
an
opposite way.
interesting bundle.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Captain Emo guy. Tindo's fun.
Yeah.
So when
he's not, with his family.
Yes. So kind of what happened was right at the same time that Ava's sister was chained and this thing opened, this portal, whatever was released went off into the world and drew the attention of not only Belladonna, but probably a whole lot of other people, because it drew her attention. She was with an old man on the road, and the two of them had been. She stepped in to help him at one time, so he was heading to the coast towards Baldur's Gate when she met up with him, traveled with him for a little while, may have gone through Hill's Edge at some point. We'll get to that later too. And as she was sleeping, she had a nightmare of nightmares that she always has. Maybe this one was a little different. And when she woke, the old man was dead. The horse and cart, everything was dead, and it was all decayed. There was like a path of death and destruction that came right through where she was. She wasn't hurt or killed, but the old man was.
And his poor horse.
And so she, trying to figure out what that was, followed the path of that up through the countryside and to the outskirts of Waterdeep. So when she enters in, she meets up with some clerics that were there asking about, hey,
They did not like me.
Nope. The one old man wasn't. Yeah, the one old man.
The others
really
did
care.
not like me at all.
Nope. Asking questions about demonic stuff and evil things, and then they turn and they're seeing you standing there. Yeah, a couple of them didn't like you too much.
Yeah.
But they did point you to, hey, there's some newcomers that just did some things, because about the time you arrived, the crew was just kind of becoming famous in Waterdeep for stopping this thing, for saving the city, kind of. And so people knew who they were. So when you showed up and you started asking questions, they're like, hey, go talk to them up there. And you happened to be heading there as they were coming by, so you kind of trailed them for a little bit. And
really, really awkward.
she's
meeting.
like, yep.
Oh, Belladonna is not charismatic, not good at people in any way whatsoever.
Yep. Yeah.
She's been in a monastery the last however many years.
Mhm.
I'd have to look back at my notes, but she does not have people skills whatsoever.
Yep. So yeah, she got in, and Ava immediately turned her into her apprentice for whatever. She's my apprentice. I'm like, what the hell?
This is my apprentice.
Out of
Why
nowhere.
do you keep calling me that?
Yep.
I don't have my sister said it.
So,
It worked.
yep. So
True, they got me.
yeah, she came into the crew just as they had lost Apollo. Apollo was dead. I think the session before he had died. So the group was still kind of traumatized from that, trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah,
Then these two random ass people show up.
pretty sure that Dieter and Kelvar really did not like me the first few sessions.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't
Dieter
like-
for sure.
Dieter
Dieter was
didn't,
not
for
nice
sure.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dieter didn't like you too much. Kilvar kind of like whatever. He didn't really. Tendo drew a lot of attention when he showed up too.
So we're just
So,
stick out a lot, stick together.
yeah, to
Yeah.
say that this crew doesn't attract attention wherever they go, damn. Yeah. even
All
more so,
eyes.
even more so now. I mean,
Oh, I know.
the most like normal one of all of you is Dieter.
Oh my God. That's true.
Everybody else has something going on with them.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh,
true,
that's funny.
yeah.
There's
Unless-
only one of us that seems normal
Until
anymore.
Dieter speaks and his accent gives him away is something a little off. So
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that. There's only one of us that looks vaguely normal
Mhm.
anymore.
yep,
Hey, I look
absolutely
normal.
normal-ish. It's fine.
Now, giant.
Giant wings.
Yep. So yeah, Belladonna is a monk.
Yes.
Um,
Tiefling monk.
Yep. And yeah, she's seriously, go watch this stuff. Watch where she's been through, what all these characters have been through.
Yeah, no, I thought Mike would ease me into it, but like we were
Oh,
on
no.
the boat like the next session, and then we had the or it wasn't
So,
sirens. Sirens.
You
I don't remember what they were.
you very first session on the boat, I'm gonna go up and throw this book off. I'm like, okay,
Stupid book.
maybe you're the one that drew the whole damn thing to you. You threw your damn book in the ocean.
I didn't even think about that.
It was you.
I know.
Like, well, you got this book that your coloring book or whatever it is. Yeah, who knows? I mean,
Which they also still haven't asked about. It's so funny. Ava literally watched me hurl a book into the stormy sea, asked me if
they were
I
all
said
up.
yes, and that was all.
I think they were up on the top, and when I had them do their perception check, they saw you throw something, but they didn't know what
Yeah,
it
it
was.
wasn't a book. We were
They
like,
just saw
oh.
you throw something, and they were like, "Huh, that was weird." They didn't know
Glitter.
exactly what it was. So, yep, I've let you, and I've tried to let each character as they want to bring out their story. Yeah, there may be things I throw in because I know what your story is and what you're doing that may put you in a position where you got to do some explaining. But
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
let
she'll
you
probably put
explain
it
it
off.
however you want.
She's got some messed up stuff, and she's pretty reserved. She'll probably wait until she's sure they won't leave her before she'll tell them anything.
She's great. Just watch the last session. It was fine. It's totally fine.
My gosh.
I can't. Yeah,
I'm not okay, Mike.
the next one's gonna be fun.
I know, I can't believe you did that, girl. Like, no, you had no hesitation either. I was proud. I was like, you know what?
Nope, no
Nope.
hesitation.
You're like, yep, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, damn, okay,
Well,
right on. Dude, I was all about it.
family, especially found family at this point, is very important to her.
Yeah.
So she's like, whatever it takes to protect them.
Yep.
Make a deal with the demon? Sure. It's fine.
And Ava's just like, huh, what a strange noise. Guess I'll sit here for the next 6 hours.
Trying to think what else happened to. Okay, so let's go back. You join.
Yes, go back.
You join with the crew. Kind of get the gist of what they're doing. Offer to help. Offer, hey, I'm just looking to help. I want to kill demonic entities and stuff. Energy is kind of how you explain to them. You're like, I want to fight this stuff.
Yeah.
She said that she
clear.
could punch ghosts.
Yes.
That was her number one thing.
True. It was
I
very
could punch
clear,
ghosts.
very clear that something demonic and evil had just happened here.
Mhm.
So you
And
jumped
that's
in
why I
with
was
the crew, kind of went right along with it. God, like second session, they were asking for your opinion of what to call the group.
No, that was the very first session
Yes.
I joined, and
That's
they're
right.
just like, I actually came up with foreigners. I was so happy you guys
Because they had
liked it."
just gone to, I think, to change the deed of the manor over into their name, and they said, well, we need to know, and you guys had just got famous or something. They said, well, we need to know who this goes to. Who are you guys? And you guys hadn't really discussed, what's the name of the group? What are we? Who are we?
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yep. So came up with the Troll Skull Foreigners, or the Foreigners is what a lot of it's just kind of been chopped down to, especially now. Sorry.
Yeah. Troll School doesn't, I don't think, exist
I
anymore.
don't know if you guys would ever quit playing on the beach and get your asses back to water.
Listen, I needed a
find
beach
out.
episode. The beach episode was happening regardless.
Oh, I know. And he goes, I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, go for it.
Those things that are happening as you go just have your stupid date on the beach.
That's right.
Listen, man, it was worth it.
She got, I won't spoil it. Never mind. You can watch.
Yeah, go watch it. It was a good episode.
It was a good one.
If I don't spoil it with art, you should watch it
Yeah,
beforehand.
it was a good one. It was a good one. So, yep. So you guys quickly jump on the boat. While on the boat, you're carrying this book. Is kind of all that you gave out. You have this book that you threw off into the sea.
I was gonna say what they would know or what they would have missed is that she's tried repeatedly to destroy this book. Her friends don't know what this book is really yet. She hasn't shared that, but this is a book she's tried repeatedly to destroy, and it always comes back.
Yep. So very first one, she went back down to the room, and the book is sitting on the bed, wet, but sitting on the bed. So she props a chair against the door, huddles in the corner, and goes to sleep.
Sleep? Question mark?
She does not sleep well, and she avoids it as much as she can.
It was so sad.
So yeah, man, that trip on the boat.
I could have had 8
crap.
years of sleep, you guys. Then we got stuck in a tower.
It's the truth.
I'm so sad.
Yeah, you guys could have done
So
a lot in
sad
8
for
years. So on the boat, yeah, you guys ran into a mist of some sort that brought with it whispers and voices, and some of you failed their saves and stepped off of a boat into the ocean following their wife. We'll talk to Tindo about that. And Belladonna, the new member, is like, I got this, and dives
My
off
rescue
into the
plan
ocean.
was not well thought out.
No, it wasn't. Dives off into this water and is like, this is cool, puts her head in the water and looks down.
First, our
And
navigator went in, and then Tendo. So I was like, oh, well,
yep.
we really got to do something. And
Yeah,
so
well,
I jumped in like an idiot.
navigator, he rolled a 1. He completely failed. He was like, dove off, gone. You never saw him again. He was gone. Whatever he saw, and Tindo, same thing. Fails some saves and is like, yep, I'll go after my wife.
He failed some saves, and he failed some saves, and then he failed some more saves.
Yep. That was one of the funnest sessions I think we ran. Just the mechanics and how it worked out was awesome.
I don't think I've ever seen, like I swear, like at least 10 fails in a row.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Tindo's following this ghost and thing that he thought was his wife, and is pulling them deeper and deeper in the ocean. And Belladonna and then eventually Dieter are going after him, trying to grab him. He keeps failing these saves, and they get deeper and deeper and deeper, down to about 90 feet, to where the pressure any deeper, it had already started to compress. I think Tindo's armor compressed, started cracking. 10 more feet and it would have imploded. And like, you guys were right at that edge to where 10 more feet and the pressure was gonna again double, and then it doubles and doubles and doubles. Like, you, it was like you were this close to being crushed.
Yeah.
And Dieter pulls a Dieter And yeah, you guys end up somewhere.
Yeah. So
And
first, I proved I can punch ghosts.
yes, you did.
That did happen.
She did
And then
prove
that broke Tendo,
Yep, broke Tindo. And
which I
what
apologize
happened when
for,
you guys bamfed?
No.
Oh gosh,
So-
that's so
So
bad.
to get us out of there, Dieter used his planar travel amulet or amulet of the planes or whatever, but he had to
That's right.
voluntarily
20
fail
minutes.
to
20
call him.
minutes. We're in, we're out.
Nope. Every time you say that, you're wrong. I will beat you, Cody.
Oh, man. He saved you, but he also took you somewhere.
Yeah, when we came a little, I guess I don't know. Tendo was kind of catatonic, but when Dieter and Belladonna started, Belladonna, wow,
Belladonna.
Belladonna,
Can I
no,
call her Belladonna
please don't,
instead of
Call her-
Bella?
Just call her
please
Bella.
don't call her Bella, please don't. Not right now. It's sensitive right now.
I ripped that scab wide open.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh, yeah, you did. Ah.
Sorry
But
about
no, so no, I mean that's why she has to be, I think her backstory is one of the most like depressing nightmare after nightmare backstory I've ever created. And then so when you're like it'll fit in perfectly, it's like now I'm afraid.
that. Well, I told you. It in perfect with everything I've got. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that scares me. Okay, anyway, so we came to in our new destination. We realized we are somewhere in the Nine Hells, and there was something besides the other thing that like threw something at us. I don't know what they were, but then as Dieter went to go bamf us back into the ocean,
Yep.
something grabbed onto my horn, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh!
When
And
you guys landed, there was two of these things.
yeah, they were like big,
you-
like giant kind of things.
You heard a voice that was very familiar to you call you by name. The footfalls start walking towards you as one of them zings I think a spear or something that
It's a spear or something,
hit
a boulder,
right by
something
you.
big.
As came walking over, Dieter, 20 minutes we're in and out, bamfs you again. That dude has been the luckiest sucker on his rolls. There's one time that he has rolled under a 15 that I got to choose where he went. One time. He has been so freaking lucky hitting that 15 at least every time. His time's going to come. But anyway, as he bamfs
We all know it's gonna come except for
Yes.
him. He's the only one that will deny it.
right at the same time, this thing grabs a hold of your horn. And as it bamfs, because he's grabbing hold of you, something came with you back into the water.
And thus begins Belladonna's panic attack for the later portion of that session.
Yep. Oh yeah. The others, I think it was Dieter's the only one that saw that because he caught just a glimpse of this thing as it let go of you and went back into the
That
water.
was what it created.
Back into the water.
gasp in
Yep.
my horn.
Grabbed a hold and kind of on the inside of your horn took some hair and stuff with it as it tried to grab you. And
So I now have 3 matching claw marks to the ones on my face that now match the ones on the horn.
Yep.
And they're super fun to draw.
Yep.
Good job, Mike.
I didn't want
Drama is
to.
good for content.
I was like, man, if I roll and I break off this thing, she's already got artwork done, so I can't break her horn off. That would be mean.
That would be so sad.
Snap a horn off.
All those commissions just
Exactly. But I was like, well,
suddenly.
I can still damage her, but it's fine.
When Ava changed, I was like over the moon. I was like, I got a commission art piece today.
Yep. So, yeah, so you made it back on the boat. Oh, man,
yeah.
The trauma.
Tendo was catatonic.
Yep.
Belladonna was in like absolute like full blown panic attack, and so Dieter had to drag both our sorry butts back.
You guys did the whole crew. I mean, Kilvar stayed on the boat, had to fight the captain, to get the boat to turn because that captain was panicked and he was just, I'm out of here. See ya.
Yeah, he was gonna leave him.
Yep. So Kilvar ended up throwing his ass off there, cranking the boat around, getting it to stop. Had Ava not cast light, as she thought it was super funny to cast light. That one light beacon is what brought them back, because that's exactly what Dieter focused on, to get you guys the hell out of there. So, like I said, every one of you guys had a chunk that you did something to get you guys back to where you could see this beacon. You saw it. Finally get back on the boat. The guys limp along for a little while.
I was like, Michael ease me in. No, second session, you introduce like one of her major traumas.
Welcome
and I was just
to the
like,
crew, man.
Okay, this is what it is.
Welcome to the crew.
Yep. Yeah, no one's safe.
No.
But look at the story now.
You don't give the DM a blank slate.
Nope. But I'll throw stuff at you, and if you go with it, you go with it. Cool. Not okay. Yeah, you guys limped along. The next one, you guys had to navigate through some shallows. That went well.
I believe the end of that session we ended with. That was when Belladonna had her really big nightmare encounter, and we ended with her screaming bloody murder and her friends having no idea what's happening.
You were down in your room, and all they heard was her screaming. And they're, what the hell? Yep, no, I ended it there.
I know. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, God. Yeah, you guys had an adventure. I think a couple of you don't ever want to get on a boat again.
Yeah. That was Belladonna's first time on a boat.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of us want to get on a boat again.
She'll probably avoid it for a very long time.
Oh, man, that was an adventure. But yeah, God, I wish that one session for me was one of the funnest ones that we've had, bar none. I loved that one. Just the whole combat session, everything, implications, what you did, Cody pulling off the frickin' bamfing, everything, just one after another. That was a fun session for me. I wish that one was recorded because that was fun.
I know.
I had a lot of fun too, standing on the boat, wondering if my friends were drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, well, I can't swim.
Yep. Yeah, man, that was fun. Just that whole thing. There's been a lot of good sessions though. It's been a fun campaign to run.
But it was also that beginning of that next one where Dieter and Kilgore were like, do we trust this weird little demon girl? And like tried to interrogate me at breakfast, and it was kind of amusing because neither of them knew what they were doing.
Yep.
Well, neither of them knew what they were doing. I was trying to help you out, and Tendo was still out of it.
Well, no,
Tendo was still gone.
So it started with
Mr.
you
Catatonic
and Dieter, and I think maybe Kilbar trailing a little bit behind, bursting into my room that I had barred shut with the door, chair. So it took a little bit. And I do.
You said you were screaming. What do you think we were going to do?
Well, no, and so I explained a little bit. Basically, I explained to them that I had a history with that demon that Dieter had seen hook onto her, and that he wants her. And all I really said is, if I ever start acting not like myself, just put me out of my misery. Just take me out for safety. And Dieter was just like, okay. And Ava just about was like,
no, that's not how you treat a friend.
Yeah, Dieter there.
Okay, but at that time, you were the only one who considered me a friend yet.
That's true.
I loved her from the very beginning. It's like, you know what? This is mine now.
You're lucky you came in when you did with that character, because now if you would have shown up, she'd probably stab you in the neck.
Yeah, Ava's a little bit.
She's a little
more cautious now.
That happens.
But it was also after that where Belladonna kind of had her moment where she got to kind of chat with Tendo, and they had I wouldn't say a bonding moment, but almost a bonding moment, because she went to go apologize because she didn't know what she'd done, but she just knew when she punched the ghost thing he'd been following is when he went catatonic. And so
he punched his wife in the face.
I didn't know. And she had no idea. She can't see that. And so
you punched his wife in the face, and then it turned into a monster. Poor guy.
Yeah. Well, no, and then and she wasn't able to sleep because she was terrified, and so they ended up just like sitting on the floor up against the wall in his room and falling asleep.
Both of them staring off each other.
Yep. Sad little trauma bonding.
Oh,
but
yes. Yep. So, yeah, it's been fun to take bits and throw them at you and kind of see where you go. Your character's got a lot. I mean,
I'm afraid.
yeah, I mean, so far, for anybody that's watching, we've really dug into a lot of Ava's backstory. Even before the streams pick up, there's a lot of her story that was covered.
I'm free.
Yeah. Her character's still evolving a lot. So watch the last few episodes and you'll see what I mean. Every one of these characters is not the same from when they started, even a few sessions later.
I was gonna say, I haven't even been here that long, and I feel like she's already changed a lot.
Oh man. But yeah, it's been fun. I've got some stuff lined up for everybody already. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
I still need to have a conversation with Bird Dude about the spear thing, because he's like, you know, the responsibilities of like this, and I was like, no, and he was just like, talk to you later, and flew off, and I was just like,
he's about as awkward as you are.
Okay.
Hey friend. Okay, bye. Yeah.
I need to find Click and have him explain, because I'm very annoyed that he just was like, and then flew away.
Yep. Yeah,
we'll have to go back
like,
there because they needed help too.
So,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
I've thrown so much crap at you guys. You have like 6 different critical things that are all pulling you guys in different directions.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Your choice, man. You know, I've only there has only been maybe 2 places so far that I've really pigeonholed you guys. Other than that, I've just let you go, and whatever you say you want to do this, okay, I'm gonna run with it. And
Belladonna hasn't even brought her thing up yet because she's training Tendo and Ava and Kilvar, and she's like,
nope,
it'll have to wait.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's gonna be fun. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. So.
Oh, I still can't believe that. Oh my gosh. And Nolan's back, and I don't know what to do, Mike. I am like, I'm in panic mode.
Oh, yeah. So that's, there's a couple of different, I had like 2 or 3 different points where I was like, okay, I can introduce here, depending on where you guys go. And actually wasn't even going to be for at least that session, but the way it rolled, I'm like, okay, this is when it's going to happen right here. Bam.
And then
congratulations, Pain.
Congratulations, you get Pain. And then when you go to run off to get some air, Ava calls you Bella and gives you more pain.
I'm sorry.
That was perfect timing.
Oh my gosh,
As you said that, I was like, oh.
I know. I was just like,
yes.
Ow.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude,
so there's a lot
like
to
Ava
that.
Does it. It's just me. Like I can never remember to not call her.
Well, no, and
Bella.
it's fine because like I'm sure like she hasn't asked her why. She just knows she flinches, so she hasn't specifically asked her not to.
So
other than like
no, when we first met, I was like,
timid.
"What's your name?" And you were like, Belladonna. I was like, "Could I call you Bella?" And you were like, "Don't call me that." And I was like,
I said,
okay.
I was like, I would prefer you didn't. I just prefer to just be called Belladonna. She tries very hard not to be.
She's not very confrontational. Nope.
Yes, but my insight is very high for some reason. I don't know why it is. I shouldn't have done that.
Mine is 2. And then she gets, but no. So that pain, more pain. And then it's like, Demon wants to make a deal. Sure, let's make a deal.
That staff, man.
I'm like,
it's gonna be the death
so
of us.
excited and terrified of it at the same time.
It's so awesome. Yep, I had that thing kind of sitting, trying to decide when that was going to happen. And the session that you got that thing, I was like, All right, here we go. Just remember sending you the stuff afterwards. I'm like, are you going to roll or you want me to? You're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look it up.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, oh,
I
crap.
was so close to the one, like the first time I rolled the one, like I use my hands too much. I'm sorry if that's annoying to anyone watching. I was one off from like the minor detrimental one where it was like you're no one within 300 feet of you or I don't know, it's something crazy like 300 feet or 3,000 feet, something can like get a full rest or a short rest if they're like within that distance of you. And I was like, I was one away. I was so terrified that would be what I would get because then my group would always have exhaustion or I have to go camp by myself 300 feet away.
Yeah, we could, get yourself a rope trick or something. You can sleep in
I was
your own
gonna say,
little pocket dimension.
Instead, now I just put out non-magical fires and still don't realize it yet.
Yep. And just rolled for another one, so we'll see what happens.
Oh my gosh, I know. And it involves like backstory stuff, and so I'm like, this is where we get the tea.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for that one.
Yep.
To see what actually comes of it.
Yep. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, man, you guys have given me more ammo to just make stories and different situations, put you guys in different spots, and see where you go. So, I mean, that's the fun, and I know anybody that's watching, anybody that runs a campaign, that DMs at all, could probably feel the same thing. It's fun for me, not to, like, this is my story. No, I know it's the world that I'm helping you guys navigate. I have a lot of things that are happening in the world, whether you guys are doing your thing or not. Once the campaign started, things were already in motion happening around the world. Mm-hmm. Hence the 8 years, hence the attacks and all these different things. But after every single session, I'm going back to what I had already kind of planned, and I tweak things, change it, because I'm like, okay, this is if they go here, then I'll probably have this or this or this or this happen. But that's been fun for me, just helping you guys navigate it and try and make the world more in-depth, more immersive, more than just us sitting around chatting, that you guys actually are thinking about the characters, about what's going on, about everything around them.
Yeah.
And how it affects what it's going to do. That's fun for me. Just coming up with story to help you guys. You guys feed the story, hell, more than I do. You guys give me more ideas. I'm constantly writing things down of, oh, they said this, or this is something that is important to this character. Okay, we'll use that somewhere, sometime. Something's going to come up that I can throw that in. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
it is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Well, Belladonna's still in the stage where she's convinced she needs to prove herself, so that's been interesting to play because she feels like Ava's really the one who like really considers her friend Tendo, kind of, but then she still feels like Dieter's starting to kind of warm up to her, and that Kilbar's just like meh, indifferent. I don't know. Me and Apollo have an interesting relationship, especially after this last episode.
Old Apollo.
Spying on Dieter and Ava.
Well, like I said, just his character is about to get a lot more fun too. So I'm telling you, there's so much that has happened that you guys haven't even picked up on. So many things little things like now, like I'm even bringing things up from previous sessions, and you're like, what? How did that? What?
Yeah, like how did I not realize that? I'm like, oh gosh.
There's tons of things that I have thrown at you guys that you may or may not have picked up on them. But it's been fun. I'm excited to see where we go. You guys are 11 right now, so we got another 9 levels at least.
Yeah, I got another 9.
Unless you all die.
That's not encouraging.
Or get stuck in a tower for eternity.
Yeah, there's a high possibility of that.
Yeah, that's a couple of the guys in the last couple of sessions. You're like, dude, we're only level 11. You're throwing this shit at us. Like, Sorry,
Yeah.
you jumped into the twisted mind that I have. And you're just scratching the surface.
Well, we still love it.
So yeah, it's been fun. If you guys want to kind of dig a little bit more into what Belladonna's backstory is, watch that first number 2 that or the individual one of her vision. You kind of get a gist of what the hell's haunting her. So that was a huge chunk that I threw out there for the rest of the party to just hear, but not in character to know. But so at least they could pick up on it, and for anybody watching or following the stream along can kind of understand what the hell she's dealing with without me throwing everything out there.
Yeah, she's kind of a locked.
Uh-huh.
She keeps everything pretty close to her, so it'll be interesting to see who gets her to open it.
Yep. Or when or if. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are, man, right on. Yeah, you have, got Tindo's crap going on, Kilvar's crap going on, Ava's crap that you've been dealing with from the freaking get-go.
Yeah.
Dieter getting a lord up on his ass about a bunch of stuff. And Apollo now trying to figure out all sorts of new stuff. You guys have whatever you guys want to do. I mean,
that we can go.
Yep, I've thrown a lot at you. I'm curious to see where you guys go, what you guys do. It's going to be fun
It's gonna
either
be
way.
fun.
I'm excited. Oh my gosh, I don't want to have to wait another week.
I know. It's always like the longest wait between sessions.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. Classes start again Monday, so I'm super looking forward to that. Not. So that's kind of the plan with me, why I'm so stinking busy. I've got a lot of work, trying to get schooling done, which I should have done 20 years ago. So once that's done, that's kind of the plan. I want to keep pushing the streaming content, all of our stuff. I've been trying to, when I can, do mini painting nights and all sorts of stuff. So trying to keep this thing rolling. Jason and I were talking about some ideas for different things too. So hey, just got another follower tag.
Woohoo!
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, we're getting around to 27. We're almost there.
Woohoo!
Get us some more followers, man. Get us to 50.
I know. Yeah, we need to get to 50 so you can get that affiliate.
Yes,
That's so cool for you guys.
So tell your friends, get them in here watching. So, this next week, I think, depending on how it goes, I'll probably at least do one painting night. I've got stuff in there. If there's any other stuff, I still would like to do some different intros, different stuff with art, with all of Red's art, of course. Try to get some more stuff out there for our people. So
I think we're working on the intros. It's been a busy few weeks.
it has, and that's why I said this will be an easy way we can at least start this.
Yeah.
Start getting, okay, this is who these characters are, what they're dealing with, get to know you guys, so, and me. I mean, as we get out there, people want to tune in, they know kind of a little bit more of what they're watching.
Yeah.
It's hard jumping into a stream when you're already 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions in.
Yeah.
So once this one's done, there will be a session 0 here at the table as we get ready for the next one. Just wait. There's so much. You guys are gonna.
Oh,
I got some
works.
stuff coming at you.
Yeah.
Just wait.
No sneak peeks, but drawing.
Yeah.
I want to see.
If you're wondering why I'm always staring at my lap, I
Yes.
promise I am
Go back and watch.
always working.
Always dry.
Go
always
back and
try.
watch. Go back and watch like any of the streams, and while things are going on, that view right there of the top
You
of
see
her
a
head
lot of
is what you
head.
see a lot.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
I need to address this in like every single session we ever do because I don't want people to be like, she doesn't pay attention, like she's the worst person to watch.
Oh, that's great.
I have such high functioning ADHD that if I'm listening to something and like someone's talking or someone's doing something, I'm either moving or I like try to interject. Like I talk over people a lot, and it's something I've struggled with for a lot. And if there's action happening, like if we're in combat or if something really interesting is happening, I have to draw because I will take over the conversation. It's like I have to reel myself in and just like
Yep.
start sketching something and be like,
Yep.
calm down, please, chill. So just know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a coping thing.
No,
but
it's all good.
I'll
I'm
get art out of it.
oh yeah, she's cranking out a ton of art, dude. Go check out her stuff. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
This little
It's
picture
so
here at
fun.
the bottom that you're seeing on the stream, that's the crew right there. Got
Our babies.
Ava in the middle with Dieter on one side, Belladonna there on the other, and then Captain Angry on the end, Tindo, and Mr. Necrotic on the other end, and then your shadow friend in the back with his little spider on his head.
He's
Oh,
a
Apollo.
little spider.
Yeah, that's the crew right there. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we're headed. I think the next one of these will be probably with Dieter and Apollo. So we can go through this whole thing with them, get everybody kind of spun up on who they are, where they're from. But these are only going to get people up to where the streams are at that are currently on YouTube, where you hit Cholt. So this is kind of all we're discussing right now. Anything from that point on, if you want to watch it, jump on there and watch them, man. They're on there. Some of them are still on Twitch, but all of them that are available are on YouTube. So jump on there, watch it. Get to know these guys. It's going to get fun from here.
It's a lot of fun. I'm super excited.
Once
Yep.
we get everyone all caught up, like all of us have been on and are all kind of caught up to the. Do we want to have people ask us questions or just
Absolutely.
talk about the more recent sessions?
Absolutely. No, if there's anybody watching that has watched them and or has questions, dude, if they jump in and want to ask questions about what's going on or have questions, hey, what about this, or during this you guys did this, I'm all about it. We can talk as much as you guys want to share. We've already mentioned things in here that if they haven't watched, now it's a little bit of not doing the major spoilers, but we can talk about whatever you guys want, man. This is getting to know your characters, whatever you want to talk about. So
Sweet. I'm so excited, honestly.
I know. There's so much that's going to happen in the next little bit.
yes, there is. Don't worry. There's. I want so badly to show you guys some things and talk about. But I'll wait. It's so cool.
I'm like holding my arms down because I like if I'm like talking, I'm just like, oh.
So
I feel like I do that on our streams too, and I always feel
go back and watch some of the old sessions. You'll pick up on some things that I guarantee you go back and watch some of the older sessions, and there'll be things you're like, oh, hell, that's what he's talking about. Oh, my hell? Okay.
Oh, I know. I keep meaning to, and I just need to have them playing while I'm working or something.
I know. I know that if I go back, I'm gonna find stuff. And I hate giving y'all ammo. I hate giving y'all ammo at me because my brain is at 7 different places at a time. Like those arrows, I know I remember putting them in my
that's
bag,
funny.
and I know I have them written down in my
That's
notebook,
right.
and I haven't said anything for like maybe 10 seconds.
Well, it took you a little longer to figure out that than your necklace, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Who knows what else you guys
important
have in that
stuff
bag?
first. For real.
Oh,
Not to mention
man.
all of our funds.
Yeah. Yeah, your 10,000 gold that you're still holding on to, squirreling it away for a rainy day.
Yep.
So,
Squirreling it away.
oh, well, like I said, we've been at this now, 1:40 minutes. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys wanted to chat about? Any other things you want to tell people about Quest for Ava and Belladonna? How do you both view the other members? Very, very good question.
It is.
You
want to go first?
How would Ava view the party?
Sure. How does Ava view the party? Gosh, I think the best way to describe Ava and the party is she wants very much for the group to be her new family. She wants to create something like she had before, just as like a sense of security. So she puts everyone in the group into roles, which probably isn't the most healthy thing to do.
That's
But she
fine.
definitely does, like for Belladonna, she views Belladonna like her sister, you know, someone who is a little mental, but also needs to be protected.
Just a little.
Yeah, she sees her as like a younger sister, which is interesting because Belladonna acts a lot older than Ava. And elves are hard with age, but like Belladonna, she sees as a younger sister, wants to protect her, wants to help her out. Dieter, we all know how to use Dieter. If you watch the
Why don't
latest
you explain
episode,
that?
Watch the most recent.
episode, you'll know. Dieter's kind of the brains. She likes to think.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I was gonna say that brain sometimes has one brain cell when it comes to planar travel.
He's a great example of low wisdom, high intelligence. He is.
Yes.
He's basically textbook.
Yes. Sheldon.
She has obviously the biggest crush on him. Kilvar's hard for Ava because he is so distant. She kind of only trusts him because Dieter trusts him. Therefore, it's not like she hates him. She does view him as part of the group, but kind of more like the troubled younger brother.
Sorry.
Like the one that no one quite knows how to handle, you know, like the weird cousin at the group things, like the emo cousin, and you don't really know how to talk to him, but you want to talk to him anyways.
Yep.
Tendo is the drunk uncle, 100%.
He's the drunkle. Nice.
He's the drunkle. He is someone she looks up to, but also is very concerned for. Like, he's very cool and she thinks he's very wise, but at the same time, she's like, oh, you are a mess. Like, oh, no.
That dude is a hot mess.
That dude is a disaster on wheels. And
you guys could hold up a mirror and say that about any one of you.
Yeah,
that's true. All of us have major issues
too.
Yep.
Yeah, and she loves Tendo for sure. She doesn't agree with a lot of the things he values. I think that's been a bit of a learning curve. Is it having to disagree with someone is something she
Yep.
isn't very good at.
Went along with it, and then it's like
went along with it. I was like, okay, this isn't working, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then Apollo's a hard one. She loves Apollo. Apollo's more of a cryptid than anything. I don't know how to explain Apollo besides like a really cool family friend that just is in on all the drama constantly and like has been adopted into the family and now it's just one of us, you know, like
Yep.
He's there from the beginning, then he dies, and now he's like a completely different person, but he's like coming back into his old self. And she basically views him as a little bit of like a hopeful beacon of, you know, perhaps things are gonna end up okay. Because I mean, he freaking died, but he's slowly coming back to himself and slowly opening up, and that's kind of where she's at with Apollo for sure.
Let's hear what Belladonna thinks about the whole crew walking in on this hot mess.
Oh man, at first she's just like, what have I gotten myself into? Like, these people are insane. But like as time has gone on, like at this point, like she very much sees Ava similarly, more like a sister. I would say even though often Belladonna seems a little more like grown up in the way she acts compared to Ava, I think she still kind of views Ava as that older sister because of how much she tries to look out for her. And in a way, it kind of fills a void
Yep.
of someone she lost. So I think she kind of sees that there a lot.
Mhm.
And
And
you're
then
telling me eventually Bella's gonna be okay.
I
Did you not watch the last session?
was gonna say that's a good question. Probably not.
Who knows?
Viva
We'll
la
find
Bella!
out. We'll see.
Let's see. Tendo, I would say she definitely thinks of Tendo as more of just like a good friend and confidant who she's trying to get to open up to her as well because she feels she can trust him and like
Mhm.
depend on him if she needs to. He's very much just like a good, steady friend, but she feels like she's having a really hard time getting him to understand he could feel that way about her. So she's worried that it feels very one-sided and that he doesn't trust her that much. And again, it goes along with a lot that she still feels like she needs to prove herself because she is the newest and she's never had friends. Like
Yeah.
going back to her backstory, Belladonna never had like any friends growing up because of her
Because
appearance
of
and all of that.
reasons. Because of
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah. So she's not good at making friends and she wants friends and she wants them to understand that she cares for them. Like she just met them, but she already feels like she made a deal with a demon to protect them and they don't know it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. No, spoiler, sorry if you haven't caught up, but
It's all good,
no,
man.
no, she already feels very much she would put her life on the line for these people, which is part of why she dived in after Tendo. So that was not my best decision. Not at all.
Hey, it worked out, man.
Help.
It worked out.
I don't know how I planned to get us back on the boat. I didn't think it through, obviously.
Yeah. Like, I got this. Oh, wait, the boat's still moving. Shit.
But yeah, no, I think when it comes to Tendo, she definitely thinks of him as, despite there's quite the age gap, it's very much just like a very close friendship that she's hoping to develop and get him to feel the same way.
He's the drunkle. Come on.
Yes, she has a lot of concerns.
That's funny.
She has a lot of concerns for him because he seems to carry a lot of heavy trauma like she does. And so I think that's part of why she feels she can relate and wants him to feel he can rely on her. And then Apollo has been interesting because she just kind of met him. She didn't know him before. And so he just kind of popped up. He's ended up being like this weird little like buddy. And they're just like Bella and not Bella, Ava and Dieter's awkward interaction after their boardwalk beach date where they're both just in the window like, what's happening?
Peeking out, watching.
Yeah, and I was like, this I think that moment epitomized what their relationship is.
Yep.
It's new friendship where it's still kind of like weird and bubbly, and they're just kind of a weird, goofy trio when they're together, or duo.
Two of the most awkward, two of the most socially awkward
Very
people in the entire thing.
We are both very awkward.
Yes.
And so we interact awkwardly with each other, but kind of understand that we're both awkward. So we don't feel awkward around each other, but we make everyone else really uncomfortable, essentially.
Yep.
So I don't know. She sees him, I think, a lot as mostly just like that friend who, again, they're just more like buddy because they're still getting to know each other. Don't know too much about each other yet.
Yep.
Who am I missing? Gotta look at the picture.
Kilvar.
Yes, Kilvar and Dieter.
Yep.
Dieter, she's still a little nervous because he really seemed really against her joining at first, and so she's really still feels like she needs to, like, especially when she's like, I can theoretically punch ghosts, and I want to hunt demons, and he was just like, oh, you can punch ghosts, and she's like, and so she just feels
that was called jealousy. You know that from him.
Yeah.
It's like, so what? You can do that? No.
Oh, Dieter.
Well, to be fair, when you met them, their friend had just died.
Yeah,
So
no, so it wasn't like a good like introductory situation. So she
not
like, and
at
she's
all.
still really worried that he does
Oh
not.
man.
Yeah, so she still really worries that even though
Mhm.
Ava likes her, that Dieter is not very fond of her, and that she still does feel that like she
Uh,
wants to prove herself and kind of earn his friendship. She doesn't want to like force her friendship on him. She wants to feel like she's earned it. And so that's why she just is like, okay, I proved I can punch ghosts. What can I do next?
Yep.
And then Kilvar, again, that's one he's a little more distant, and she kind of understands how that works because she's pretty reserved until like people have made the effort to get to know her. She's pretty reserved, and so she kind of sees it, I think, almost as a challenge. She worries a lot as well that he doesn't like her, but she's like, I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna make him my friend. I think of him as a friend. I want him to think of me as a friend. And so she's like, we're gonna stick it out and see if it works. And if I can't get him to view me as a friend, then I will just be an ally and I'll consider him a friend. But whatever it takes, I would risk my neck for any of these guys, including this one and the other one. She's worried don't like her, but she's like, slowly but surely, I will win them over. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see where it happens. So the other question for both of you from the Determeister,
No,
what's
what's
the
your-
most memorable moment for your character so far in the campaign? This can be spoiler. It doesn't matter. This is
man.
yours. What's your most?
You go first this time.
Totally you.
I'm trying to think of which one. I mean, there are a lot of them that just come to mind, so I gotta think of what one's probably the most memorable. I don't know. Out of the most recent ones, it's gotta be like Nat wanting while running
Oh Lord. Yeah.
away from a giant and getting totally
Oh, what about
smacked
your
with a
freaking
boulder.
death save? Your freaking death
That
save.
was amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't where were we? I
After
don't
you
even
got
was
wrecked by the 6-armed lady that
that
you
was
never
six-armed
saw
lady.
again.
Okay, I can't remember if it was six-armed lady or
Oh
not.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh
Amazing.
yeah, man.
I rolled my death save and got a natural 20. And so I went back up, and I was like, oh, I'm not dead.
Just as you were getting cocky of, I'm a monk, I got this. I'm laughing. No, took no damage. Okay, bam, 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 dead. Like,
I took no damage, and you're like, ha, watch this.
yeah.
Dead.
I think that was
Yeah.
the session right before that. You were like, I didn't take any damage. Look at this. I got another. I'm like,
Well, no, because I had just remembered that monks had evasion or whatever. It's like, this is amazing. And so I was just excited and relearning about it. And you're just like, let's humble her a little bit.
seriously, you're the one. Yeah, all of them hit. Every roll, I was like, okay,
All
that one hits. That
Oh
one hits.
my
That
gosh.
one hits.
And I don't have a low AC either.
No.
That's nuts.
She was rolling good. She worked you.
Yeah, so I'd say either that nat 20 moment or just totally getting like in our dire search for Tendo, getting just like steamrolled by a boulder.
Getting smashed into the wall of the.
Yeah, I just
the
imagine
giant.
a very pinball like smack, boom.
Yes. Okay, Ava.
It's probably gonna be between. Oh, probably between when Ava got her wings back for sure. Spoilers, but that was a good moment. And then probably the beach date. The beach date was awesome. The beach date was just so Dieter and Ava. Like it was just perfect. Like
Yep.
everything about it was just exactly how the characters were supposed to be.
That's
So
funny. That was funny.
that was a fun time.
Yep. Oh, come on, dog. Going in here.
Nico.
Yeah, he went under my desk and pulled my mouse off. So
Oh, oh no.
stupid dog. Oh man. So yeah, it's been fun, man. I'm excited to see where the rest of this goes. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited.
So excited.
Oh, yes, that's me.
I was gonna say you didn't added you for, I don't, what do you want, Mr.
What do you want, creeper guy in the chat?
That's how I felt, though.
My favorite moments for both of these two? Oh, geez. Well, we'll go spoiler. My favorite so far with Belladonna was jumping immediately into a pact. I was like, damn, this is going to be
No
cool.
hesitation.
Awesome. Yep. Character development. Holy crap. Which part? Seeing her go, Belladonna's character go from the timid, super unsure of herself to taking the spear to changing to getting more aggressive, getting more, and then, yeah, leading right up to that point where that was like, yep, make the decision, going for it. I was like, holy crap, this is cool. She wouldn't have done that very first few sessions. She's way too scared.
She would be like, I want this here. I don't want to talk to him.
Man. Ava. Oh, man. Which part? Hers has been more of almost a war of attrition with her character. Starting out this innocent, scared, kind of timid, wanting to stay in the shadows, to figuring out what she wants, who she is, how aggressive she needs to be. As soon as she got her sister's info and what happened, she was like, oh, we're going. I don't care. She's head down, running into whatever danger to save her sister. Mine for yours was probably getting past the funk that you talked about with Tindo, of being very unsure of which way should I go. Should I not hurt people? Should I do all this crap? And then all of a sudden, a couple more things happen, and she makes a massive switch, and is like, "No, my deity said I don't need to fear the dark side of me, and you don't fear the dark side of me anymore." She was like, "Okay."
She got the okay.
Yeah,
she got the green light.
Yep. So that's been fun to watch. I mean, the whole thing. There's not really one specific, and that's the same with every one of the characters that and Jason and I talk about this quite a bit. How much fun it is to see the progression that changes the different things now that I have written and things that I'm planning to maybe throw at you guys that I hadn't even thought of when we first started, because you guys have given me different options and ideas. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to keep pushing that character as far as they can go towards whatever it is. When you guys are RPing and you guys are just chatting as characters between each other, I'm sitting there listening, and you hear me kind of chuckle, and every once in a while I'll write something down. So I'm like, okay, that's important to the character. That character likes this or is thinking about this. Cool. There's maybe things coming from all this RP that you guys have been doing. So,
vaguely frightened now.
Yep.
We RP a lot. There's a lot you can get from there.
Yes, you do, which I'm okay with. I've had chats with this with a few people. They're like, so how do you handle the RP? I'm like, you know what? If it's going and it's feeding the story and you guys are all into it, I'm good. The only time I'm pushing you guys along is if it's dragging or it's going and going and going and everybody else at the table is starting to get bored. Then I may start, hey, while you guys are doing that, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I can try and keep everybody else engaged. Because, yeah, if you guys start chatting and it goes off for an hour plus and everybody else is just sitting there like...
Which could very well happen,
yeah,
I guess.
And you know what? That's what I told him to us. I don't want to ruin those type of opportunities for character development. But at the same time, I want to keep everybody engaged, and everybody is sitting at the table continuing along with the stuff too. So that's a hard balance, because I don't want to ruin any of that at all. And because it's important. It gives me ideas. It lets you guys develop your characters. Again, it's not me. This isn't my world. I mean, it is. You guys are just playing in it, but you guys are the ones that are playing in it, so I'm gonna let you play in it. So that's fun, just to let you guys go and watch. And I'm telling you, there's so many things. I'm writing down options that I may never get to. I mean, you never know. So
That's both exciting and terrifying.
that's
So
why
many things.
that's why it's fun,
So
dude.
excited for next Saturday.
Yes,
I can't
next Saturday
wait.
will be fun. Man, you guys left off right in the middle of walking right into something.
Me and Cody were talking about this. We most definitely thought that those were just gonna be stairs that
So
would
that's
lead to
why.
another
So he told me,
door.
he's like, oh, he's not gonna throw a freaking vault first door. I'm like,
Yeah. No, and then we were talking about it and we're like
yeah.
his daughter and the one lady, like, they gave us a map and they said they had a detailed layout, and then we like had so many other things we were thinking about that our characters like can go here and here and here,
Uh-huh.
here. Like, didn't even think to discuss it with them.
No, we did. We didn't look at the map. 100%.
We didn't
Nope.
think to discuss it with them or look at the map. We just
Yeah. She handed you guys when you're meeting in the room. She's like, here's the map. You guys are like, okay, where do we go? I'm like, right there.
no. It was.
That's
I
funny.
think we were so like our minds were just going of like, okay, so Kilvar and Dieter need to go here, but we also need to go back to Waterdeep, and then Ava needs to go back to the bird people, and just we were thinking of all, and then
Yep.
Belladonna's like, I need to go find Nolan, and it's just like things and things and things and things and things, and I was like, we didn't even think to look at the map.
Yep.
No, we really
I've
didn't.
kind of seen it in a couple of you lately. You're like, okay, time out. We've got to go do one thing first. Like, you guys do whatever you're going to do. You got all sorts of stuff happening.
Yeah, we were
around you,
really,
so-
really.
Yeah, I think after this screw up on our end of not really planning anything, not really planning ahead, we just kind of jumped into it. I think that will probably end up leading to the characters being like, okay, we need an actual plan. We need an actual game plan for how we're going to.
Yeah, 100%. Like, or should be like, all right, well, that went horribly.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna die. Watch. Ugh.
Why would you say that out loud?
Because
She just floated that right out there into
Yeah,
the.
you know what?
You weren't very far from
I
me.
fear
I
nothing.
throw
I
something
fear
at you.
nothing.
You're just a couple rooms over. I'm going to come throw something at you.
Oh
I
man.
take it back.
Oh,
Fear
well,
nothing.
I'm excited. Like I said, it'll be fun. Next week should be a lot of fun. There's questions you guys come up with, or anybody that watches, if they have questions, you want to shoot them to us, dude, shoot them over. Go watch
Yes,
the stuff
please
on
do.
YouTube. I'm telling you. Yep, he's gonna start drafting a second character. Please, I know you guys have like 6 in the backgrounds anyway, so don't even start with that.
I do not. Don't even. For me, like making a character is a lot more than just rolling them up. Like I have to do the design aspect. And I'll
But what is their
cry.
shirt gonna look like, and is it gonna
do
clash with?
all that. I think of what they're going to look like. I roll them up, and then I come up with a backstory, and then I'm like, will I ever actually get to play this character?
I don't make extra
Oh,
characters.
it's funny.
I should stop because I become attached, even though I am not playing them.
I gotta say, I got a few that are just sitting around. You saw my artwork from my 13-year-old
Yeah,
wizard that I have.
awesome.
Yep. Digging through my basement, trying to clean some stuff out, and pull that bad boy out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's so good.
That was
I love it.
That was like, that was right around the time I was starting to play with my
13
brothers,
years old.
about
Draw
12,
better than
13 years old. It's awesome. So, well, I'm excited. Hopefully, everybody that watched got a little bit of a kind of an understanding of where you guys are coming from, who your character is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still would like to do, and we'll work on doing some other intro stuff that we can throw on as like little snippet videos for you guys to watch. But at least this gives you a breakdown first for now. Next week we'll hit our session is next week. And the week after that will be the next one of these. So you'll get to deep dive into a couple of other characters.
Woohoo!
It's going to be fun. So, anything else you guys want to tell the peeps watching?
Well, we're just really grateful you watch, and all of
Mhm.
those of you who started following our stream. And
Yep.
if you have any questions that we maybe didn't answer today, if we can answer them and they don't spoil too much of anything, we'd be happy to answer them. So just send them our way.
Yep.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate it.
Yep. We'll
Stay hydrated.
yeah, stay hydrated and stay away from people.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, wear a mask.
Oh, no kidding.
What
Keep
a
yourself
world.
safe. Keep yourself safe. Enjoy each other. Have fun with your friends. Okay, I appreciate it, y'all. Have fun. We will see you guys next weekend. I may, like I said, I may go live here sometime this week. Probably do some painting sometime. I got a lot of minis I got to paint. Holy crap!
You'll see me before then if you follow my channel. So, see y'all later.
Yep. You shall. It's okay. Thanks, y'all. Have fun tonight or whatever you're going to be doing. So, see y'all. Let's see if this
See
thing
you guys.
works.
Have a good night.